Good morning, everybody. Josh, welcome to the Malco Applications team. Today, I'm going to show you part 2 of our 2-part series on how to embroider custom cut-to-shape patches. You can see that is directly in the shape of this awesome Malco logo. We had Scott digitize up and show you guys how to properly set up for this application the other week. Scott did a great video on that. His digitizing is always just perfect. So today I'm going to walk you through the few steps that you need to do to embroider these. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Josh, why would I want to do a cut-to-shape patches? Well, patches seem to be always an in thing. People always want them. And sometimes you just have an application where you can't get it on a fast clamp. You can't get it in a standard hoop. Rare occasions, but think of like on the brim of a hat, right? Sometimes you see some embroidery on the brim of a hat, and maybe you want to put something right there. We can do so. If you can get in a heat press with some heat seal backing, you'll be able to put this on there. So I'll walk you through the quick steps of how to use this. It's a pretty nifty thing. The first thing you're going to need is Madeira sells what is called the Easy Badge film. This is the hefty film. You can see I got a sheet here. This stuff is pretty thick. It's going to come in a big old roll. I cut some on here so I don't have to hold it up to the camera. So you're going to need some of this. I'll link the product down in the comments below for you so you can go to Madeira website and get some of this stuff. And then the second thing that you would need if you want to heat seal it is you're going to need some of the Madeira heat seal backing. I did a video on how to apply this to hats before. I will also put that down in the link below so that you guys can go and check that out. But this stuff is great as well. It allows you to adhere your patches or any other embroidery to pretty much anything you want. If you can get it in that heat press, there's a will, there's a way, right? So first steps first, like I said, you're going to need to cut out a couple pieces of this Easy Badge, right? So I like to personally stack 2 pieces of this. It's pretty thick stuff, but we're just putting embroidery threads right through it, right? So we're going to have a little bit of stability there. I personally, when I hoop mine up, I like to stagger my my pieces of this badging. So just have it. I'll show you guys once I get it hooped up real quick. I'm going to hoop up these 2 pieces of the backing. I'll bring it right back on camera here. For you guys, I'm using the 5.5 Mighty Hoop. These Mighty Hoops work really, really well for holding the stability of these. What you're looking for now, you can kind of see how I have these stacked. I just kind of crisscross them. I don't think there's much of a grain or anything on these, but this is how it's going to go into your machine. So I just have it standardly hooped up, nice and tight, nice and taut. You'd slap it over on your machine, and from there, what we can do is I'll show you the settings that I use in the operating system. So it's not going to be too far off from your standard garments, right? So let me switch my camera real quick. You can see I already have that beautiful patch that Scott made right here on the screen. And I have my Mighty Hoop selected. The main thing you got to worry about here is your minimum preset, right? So the higher that number, the thicker the garment, the lower the number, the thinner the garment. And I noticed while running mine that it was running between a 12 and a 13 the whole time. So I have mine set down to a minimum preset of a 10, and that seemed to work really, really well for this application. So set it to a 10. And for speed, I was running mine between 800 and 1,000 stitches per minute, you know. So this is a little bit more flimsy of an application. You can run these things fast. It's not going to matter. I would just stay in that general vicinity, and you guys should be just fine on that. After that, you'd hit start on your machine. I ran my presser foot all the way down since it's not a very thick material. All the way down, I checked that, and it ran absolutely perfect, just flawless the whole time. So you would run this out on your machine, and then from there, what you're going to end up with is something that kind of looks like this. All right. So this patch is now sitting in the middle of this Easy Badge, and all we have to do is just punch this out. And it comes right on out. So now you have a cut-to-shape patch. Pretty awesome stuff, right? Now, the cool thing about this Easy Badge is that it is heat sensitive. So say I was running this and I had nothing in that. Oh, it was just a blank spot. There was no stitching in there, right? What's cool about this is, like I said, it's heat sensitive. So if I take this after I'm done, and you'll have a little bit of, you'll see a little bit of the badge, easy badge on there. But if you put this in your heat press at about 248 degrees to 284 degrees, just for a few seconds, and you press that, it's going to take out all that badge, the easy badge that's in there. So now that it had that piece of that easy badge stuck in there. After it's out of the heat press, it's gone. It's just freestanding. Pretty cool stuff. And from there, what you could do is you could then grab your iron. If I could find where I put it here on my desk, you would grab your iron-on backing and you'd adhere it to the back of your patch. And now you can take this and slap it on anything that you could possibly imagine that you can get in your heat press. So like I said, brims of hats, I've done this before. My godson wanted something on the brim of his hat, so I did a cut-the-shape patch like this and sealed it to the top of his hat, and he loved it. So if you guys have any questions, comments, if you've done this before, please let me know. So I will link the video to adhering the heat seal backing onto the back of the patch, and you guys can start creating some awesome stuff. Please send us pictures. Let us know what you guys are creating. I always love to see what everybody else is doing in their shop. So I hope this video was helpful, and you now know how to digitize from scratch and run one of these on your machine. So if you guys have any questions, comment down below. You can always reach out to us at applications@melco.com as well. Be happy to answer any questions. So everybody have a great rest of your week, and happy embroidering.